بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Go ahead. See, look at him. Look at him.
Before you,
forgetting
no. Something does not mean you're lying.
Okay.
Like if
sure.
if you forget the name of the scholar,
you're gonna bring me the scholar that says that the person would be punished, just not capital punishment.
There's a famous lecture.
By who?
I'm going to get it for you.
All right. Go ahead. Ask your question. Ask your question, bro. Ask your question now. You see how I'm answering? No dawah dodges here. I'm not going to jump like he did.
For 40 minutes.
Yeah. And it was a question and answer for 40 minutes. This isn't your time.
Science and Islam. Keep in mind, I'm trying to set a good example for the people watching. You know there are people who just want hostility?
I don't want that.
They just want anger and hostility? When you're sitting there and you're getting questions...
I invited you to dinner at my house and then you guys went and made videos calling me Fibin Uthman and stuff. Who are you talking about?
We're leaving. We're leaving right
there. No, but afterwards, Sam and them were making videos calling me names that they wouldn't call my face, right?
We went
Go
like
ahead.
30 or 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Again.
Give me some water.
There's a lot of people who want nothing but anger and hostility. I would like...
We're going to be calm. Go ahead.
Nice, calm,
all right, go ahead.
A good example.
Ask your question, bro.
All right. Basically these.
Go ahead.
We can go through all these depending on how
whichever one you want, Dave.
All right, so this is
just 1 second.
You believe in this because you're handing it out, right? Scientific miracles of the Quran. All right, so this one gives 10. I know there are more.
Let me answer your question. You just asked a question, right?
Okay.
Okay. I believe the Quran has miracles that science is starting to discover to show people that it is a book from a creator.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe the Quran is a book of science, meaning if you want to study biology, I wouldn't suggest you go study the Quran. Okay? But the Quran has many types of miracles. One of them is certain thing the Quran has mentioned that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ could not have known at that time. Okay? I didn't write this, right? Just like you're saying scholars and their opinions. Somebody wrote this.
So you might agree with them, you might disagree with them.
I might agree.
Okay, so
I disagree.
Let's
go. I like you. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so should we just read them? Number one.
Whatever, Dave. I'm letting you ask the question to do what you like.
Yeah.
So you don't think I'm dodging anything.
Origin of life. And I'm just starting here at the beginning. Origin of life. Water is poured out. Water is pointed out as the origin of all life. Yep. All living things are made of cells, and we now know that cells are mostly made of water.
Sure.
This was discovered only after the invention of the microscope. In the deserts of Arabia, it would be inconceivable to think that someone would have guessed that all life came from water. And then the verse is Surah 21, verse 30, and we made every living thing from water, will they not believe? So, do you agree with that argument?
Sure.
Okay, so you agree that's miraculous scientific knowledge?
I believe it's, definitely knowledge that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would not have known, yes.
So all living things are, what did you say? All living thing, we made every living thing from water.
Right, meaning
every living thing is made from water.
What do you mean, do I believe that? Like, this is something in the Quran, and obviously I believe the Quran, so yes, I believe in it. But if you're thinking like we take water and suddenly like we shape it into a building or something, that's not what it means, right? Do you understand what was the first creation? Oh, now you're stuck.
What if you're talking
What's the first creation, bro?
If you're talking about, let's see, what are the eternal things? So you've got Allah, the word is the pen eternal now.
You don't know this? You're asking me.
Yeah.
It's a question. Yeah. Okay. Only Allah.
We know there's water.
You just asked a question, now you're not letting me answer, bro. Come on, I thought we're keeping it civil, man. We're trying to teach people a good example, right? All right. So, the only thing that's eternal is Allah.
Not his speech?
Speech is a part of Allah, so anything that's part of Allah is eternal, right?
So there's nothing else besides that?
Nothing is eternal except Allah and His sifat, whatever belongs to Allah, okay? The first thing that was created, you with me so far, is water and the throne.
Okay.
Now understand something. When we say that water, we don't mean like a river because there's no world, right? This means this is the building blocks of the entire, not just the universe, every creation.
Okay.
Okay. From that, in the way that Allah willed, there was gases made, and the heavenly bodies were gases at a time from the water, and then they came to be. And that was the building block of all of creation. Okay? But we don't mean that everything's made of water like we took water and made it into a building, right? Just want to be clear. Go ahead.
And it's every living thing, right?
Sure. I mean, everything's alive in certain ways anyway.
So,
let me drink some water.
Angels and jinn are living things, right? Angels and jinn are made from water?
Yes.
They're made from water?
Yes.
Cool.
Let me explain how. Right? This is why you're... That's why I'm glad you're here. I'm not insulting you. I'm saying this is where your brain is going to grow today. Why did you assume I'm going to insult you? See? Su'adhan. Don't think bad about me. I'm trying to help you, Dave.
Take us through it. Take us through it.
Let me just say one thing before I go forward. Out of the 3 that came out, you're my favorite.
Cool.
All right, let's go.
Take that, Sam.
Yeah, and Anthony.
Bunch of losers.
Sorry, no, I didn't call you guys losers, right? And I'm not saying I don't like you guys. I just said he came out to see me the most.
He said it with his eyes. Good.
Sam, I got glasses on. Sam, come visit me. Where you at? Anthony.
Don't get scared, Sam.
Come visit me. Look, like David's here. Nobody's. Hey, princess. Are we harming him? Anybody hurt you? Look at his chest, bro. Look at him. Whoa, that's a little, careful. Don't put a nightie on and do that, all right?
All right,
let's keep going.
And jinn created from water. Good.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything's building block from that original water. From that water, then develop different things, okay? Like I said, don't take water to be like a river. From that,
right, so everything's made from the water. No, I'm trying to clarify. I didn't understand.
Let me finish.
Everything's made from that water.
I'll let you.
Just yes or no.
Right. Let me explain it if you don't mind. Like see, I was trying to help you. So if you want to understand, you got to listen and then ask.
If you say something I didn't understand it, then I'll just ask real quick.
If you let me finish, then maybe you would, right?
All right?
So, and I'm going to let you ask all your questions. Don't worry. There's no dawah dodging here, bro.
No dawah dodging.
No dawah dodging.
No
dawah dodging, right? It's Bible dodging, but not dawah dodging. All right. Let's go back to this. So, when Allah made the building block of the universe water, gases become, for example, planets. Planets then, for example, have wood and things like this, like on Earth, right? From that we have fire. It doesn't mean you take water and then suddenly you make it into a mountain. If I was to take, for example, you know the Earth, for example, right? The Earth comes from what? From, like scientists tell us today, that a part of the sun or some kind of body came, rived out and made the Earth, right? Are you getting what I'm saying or no? Okay. So I'll give you an easier example. Let's say a part of a sun in the universe breaks off because of a collision. And as it rotates, as it cools, it becomes a planet. Okay? Then on that planet, from that building block, now you get ice on it. And water comes. And then you take that water and you make a drink. And you say, hey, this is originally from that fire. And I tell you, oh, you're saying water is made from fire. No, the Quran is telling you the building block of all of creation was water. But from it then came different elements. From those elements came different elements. From them came a fire that Allah knows best. We don't mean the fire that's in your oven that Allah made the jinn from. From that came a nur, a light that Allah then made malaika from that. From them came a teen, a earth that Allah made insan from. But if you took it back to the beginning of creation, that would have all come from that original water that Allah created. We have a lesson. I'm trying to help you here, honestly. You can even turn the camera off. I'm just telling you, right? We have a lesson on the life of the Prophet ﷺ. And I know all your little buddies are going to take clips and make fun of it, but I don't mind. Go ahead. Go and watch that video. It talks about the beginning of creation, how everything came from water. If you had, this question would have already been answered, but inshallah I've answered it now. Next.
Okay, so, yeah, just
You're welcome.
So this is about science in Islam.
Yeah.
And you had this passage about the origin of life. Everything coming from water.
Water, yeah. I just explained it, didn't I?
No.
I didn't explain it?
You explained your view. That doesn't sound at all like this is
okay.
what this
Let me drink my water.
What I'm saying is, if you're saying that in the beginning, the first creation is water, and Allah creates water out of it, water is H2O. So the position of cosmology is you have this Big Bang. At first, everything is just this burst of energy. Then over time, it eventually starts forming.
Hey, you're back. I guess you didn't have to go, huh?
It eventually starts forming the lighter elements.
Sure.
And eventually, when you get to oxygen, that's a heavier element. And by the time you actually get chemical bonds like in water, that's going to be way down the road.
Sure.
So you're saying that science is wrong and that water was at the beginning, and that somehow out of water, everything else was formed. But notice, that would be, according to that would be massively in conflict with with the modern scientific view, right?
Can I respond?
What is the modern scientific view? I'm just butting in.
What is the modern scientific view?
I just gave it to him. As far as cosmology, right? Because this is about how modern science is confirming.
Hold on a second.
Let this man speak.
Water came thanks to Jupiter. And that's modern science. First,
David, you look surprised.
so water came as all this water on Earth. It came directed by Jupiter on Earth, and that became, and it started turning around.
Interesting.
Okay.
Let me explain this, Don.
That's the natural.
I appreciate it. Okay. Now, if you look at the fact,
First was water.
let me explain it, bro. Take it easy, right? Take it easy.
Good.
And I'll get to your scientific view. I work in the science industry. Don't worry, I got you, bro.
Good.
This is you're on my grounds. We got you.
Everything started with water.
Everything started with water. Okay. Now, what does it tell you here? That water is pointed out to be the origin of all life. All living things are made up of cells. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All living things are made out of cells. You agree?
There are certain things like a virus or something like that. You could question on
It does
whether
have
it's alive
cells,
or something
yeah.
like that. But yeah, in
Viruses
general,
do have
in
cells,
general
though, right?
Everything else.
Thank you. So David
No,
would.
some viruses are just little. They have to invade cells too. That's what I'm not sure. Some viruses don't have the complete package of what some people consider necessary for life.
We're not talking about complete cycle of life.
Okay.
Everything's made out of cells, yes or no? David doesn't
Not
know.
everything is made out of cells, but go ahead.
David, when you go home,
Living things made out of cells. Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
And you're saying
Does a bacteria or a virus have cells or no?
a bacteria would be a cell.
Okay, so there you go.
It's single,
All right.
single cell.
So when everything's made out of cell, and what is the major component in cells?
You're going to say water, right?
I'm asking you, David.
Yeah, water, and you're saying that's what that's
Okay,
saying.
so
That's different from what you're
hold
saying.
on, bro. Take it easy. Take a step back. Relax. Just because I'm going to answer you doesn't mean you got to get antsy. We're calm here, right?
We're good.
We're good. All right. So you, as David, would have agreed that at least living things are made out of cells, right?
Yeah.
And you agree that the major component in all cells is water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So that means the building block of cells is water, right? Thank you. Now, when you look at a tree, does a tree have cells?
Yes.
All right. Does that mean that you took water and made a tree out of it?
No.
Thank you. So that would mean that the building block of all creation is water, right? That does not mean that we took water and transformed it into a tree. What the Quran is telling you about the building block of all of living things, that you've just agreed to the miracle right now by agreeing to these. But let's go forward. Do you think the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, would have known that cells make up every living thing? Answer the question, Dave, so we can do your shahada.
No, but I'm still
All
what
right,
that means.
look, I'm getting there. I'm
Listen,
getting there.
let-
I'm getting there.
no, let me-
I'm getting there.
Let me just give you my
Bro,
objection.
bro,
Let me give you my objection.
I heard your
Just talk
objection.
for like 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Let me
I'm
give
going
my
to listen to you.
objection, So,
Let me
this
drink
is the
some.
problem. It's like
let me just say, I'm
selective-
sitting down because the sunnah, I'm not being disrespectful, okay?
Come on over here and talk to us, brother.
so
Speak, I'm listening.
God created every living thing from water means that cells are filled with water, or that the main makeup is mostly water, or that everything ultimately comes from water. You also have that he specifically says that he created man from water. But then, like in the, where'd the track go? Then in the very next verse you guys quote, we created man from an extract of clay.
Sure.
And you also have, he created man from...
I'll get to it.
You also created man...
See,
you
you're
also
jumping to
created
the
man
next
from
one.
dust. No, I'm not talking about the next
You're
one.
jumping
I'm
to the
talking
next
about
one.
No, I'm not talking... No.
But man's creation is not that one.
Here's the problem.
All right, go ahead.
Here's the problem.
I'm listening.
The Quran says we created every living thing from water. And you say what that means is that cells have a lot of water in them. Cells are the main...
That's not it.
Cells are
That's
filled
not
with water,
completely it, but
right?
that's a part of it, yes.
So if we're taking that as the meaning, then man is made from dust should mean that dust is the main component of man, and man is made from an extract of clay should mean that clay is the main component of man. Otherwise, it's just Allah saying all these different things. Man's made of this, man's made of that, man's made of water, man's made of clay, man's made of dust, and you're saying, oh, there's a lot of water in cells, so that's what he really means is filling us and ignoring everything else. So that's what it looks like. That's it. Go ahead.
You good now? See how I listened to you? I didn't interrupt you at all. And first, another point I'm going to make. I'm really glad that you brought this up because this will be a great dawah for people to learn about Islam. Tell you. So the first thing, now you see how I'm with you, so stay with me now, okay? We did agree, David would agree, that every living thing's made out of cells, right? Yes or no? Sir?
Cells.
Okay. then cells, their major component is water. Yes or no?
Well, you said every living thing, so I'm just.
You said that.
Yeah, you just,
I said everything has
I'm trying
cells.
to understand your position.
Right?
Angels and jinn would be made of cells as well?
No. Listen. I explained to you my understanding already about where angels. I'm first taking you through your train of thought now. Let's not jump here, okay?
Right.
We're going to talk about that which you can scientifically see and study and all of that, right? So you're saying everything on Earth, the living things are made out of cells, right? And those cells, the major component in them are water, right? But the building block, according to David Wood, of all these things that have cells is water, because that's the major component. I'm asking you, do you think the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have known that about cells and cells having water in 6th century Arabia?
Absolutely not, but he doesn't say that cells contain water. He doesn't say that at all.
Thank you. So you do agree that he would not have known that?
He would not have known that.
Okay, so for him to make a statement that every living thing comes from water, right, would not have known those scientific facts. Today, when we look at it from a scientific perspective, that you can test in a lab. Okay, do you know the scientific method? Okay, so we're going to separate between theories and actual things that you can test in a lab, right? If you take that, you could say the building block of everything on Earth, everything living, are cells which are from water. Today we could make that statement. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have no idea, but this is what the Quran tells us. Now let's get to your question. When we say that this is the building block, you said that first came what? Dirt and whatever we said. What came first before water? What did you say? You were saying that according to scientists, before water was what?
Yeah, would have just been energy.
Okay. Can you scientifically test that in a lab?
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
No.
You cannot. So it's not a scientific fact.
That's considered historical.
Oh, historical science. So you're saying we could verify? No, I am not. I'm not. Again, okay. This is where you got caught again. Hold on. Let me speak now.
Can you confirm that water was at the beginning?
Let me speak, and I will confirm what I want to confirm. Listen. I told you about a scientific fact that I can test in a lab. I can take a cell in a lab, and I can look at its makeup, and I can tell you how much is water, where's the nucleus, what are the protons. I can do all that in a lab. So that is not a theory. I'm not mocking scientific facts. I'm telling you what you're presenting is a theory. Those theories change.
Okay.
Scientists change, like the gentleman just mentioned about water coming from Jupiter, right? Which you were not aware of apparently. Directed by Jupiter. I wasn't either. So scientists, they make these theories. Those theories are not facts, right? So for you to say the Quran conflicts with science because of a theory is incorrect. You are not presenting scientific facts, because that which we cannot reproduce in a controlled environment, repeatability, with a hypothesis, you know the scientific method, cannot be taken as fact. Those are theories. And there are different theories of how energy began, how the universe began. There's a Big Bang theory. Not all scientists take the Big Bang theory. You know that, right? So don't bring theories and present them as facts. Now, what I told you, the building block of all of creation is water. I said it before, I'm saying it again. Understand? But that building block will go through changes. And I already explained this, but I'm going to do it again. No, you went over it again, so you're not good.
In fact, your view is very similar to the ancient Greek philosopher Thales, who said that everything is water.
Okay. Well, I don't know Thales, and the Prophet Muhammad didn't know Thales, so that's got nothing to do with this conversation. All right? Now, going back to when we talk about an element that comes, right? That element changes. And then from that change, you make different things. So for example, if the building block originally is water, right? From that come planets, they become gases. From the gases, they become planets and universes and things like this. And then they develop into different elements. Okay. We cannot deny the origin of it, okay? Now, science, until now, has not been able to prove the origin of the universe. Okay? Those are theories, and they're disputed and they're debated. And I attend conferences where different PhD researchers debate these theories. Okay? You feel me, bro? Right. So now, what the Quran says, that everything came out of origin, the building block is water, is something that scientists can say at least to a cellular level right now. Okay, which we agreed to.
Yeah.
Now, can we take it back to the origin of the universe? We as Muslims will say yes, because in the Quran, science hasn't got there yet. When it does, we'll make a new pamphlet and print it for you. Next.
Okay, so, well, you didn't answer the one part where I said...
I thought it was supposed to be quick.
Yeah, we can give...
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, the basic problem. Every living man is created out of water, and that means his cells.
So again, you're switching to man's creation. That's a different type of water. I didn't get there yet. We're just talking about every living thing's original building block right now.
Man is made out of clay, and man is made out of dust.
Do you want to get to that now?
Does that mean that man is mostly composed of dust and mostly composed of clay?
No, because the building block for clay and dust and everything before creation was water.
H2O.
Again, you're putting a physical what's that chart called?
That's not a theory. You can test that in the lab. Water is H2O.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking about an elemental chart today, right? We're talking about the building blocks before there was a universe. So what type of water was that? Allah knows best. This is before the elements were even created, right? But even today, scientists will tell you that the building block of a cell is water, right? Now, what was the compound of that water when it was first developing all of creation? I don't know, because the elemental charts didn't exist.
That would have been water, unless you're saying it was some other kind of water.
So now, let me explain that to you again then, because apparently you didn't listen to me,
so
right?
you think water can be made out of other stuff?
So listen, we are looking at an elemental chart on the planet Earth in this time, right? We're talking about a building block, but you know that different hydrogen, for example, have different components, but are still considered hydrogens, right? Those elements are still being discovered. Like we have new elements we discover, we assign them letters.
No, all hydrogen has one proton.
You can't. What if you add to it?
If you add another proton,
right? or add anything else.
Proton,
okay.
it becomes helium.
Helium. What is helium? It's still a gas, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. So these are gases.
Okay.
Right. So are there liquids, right, which would be under the components, for example, of water, that would be building blocks of water that we don't know about, right? Because this is, again, before the universe was even created.
Okay.
Would you agree that's possible?
I would say you can have another liquid. It wouldn't be water. And if you're saying,
but your definition of water then is from the elemental
chart. You're saying that it's some other water, some different kind of water.
Sure.
And what Allah is saying is that we come from that different kind of water, and this is confirmed by science. No, science. Your cells have H2O.
Let me repeat that a third time now. Okay, I got you. Let me repeat it a third time. Okay. The original creation, before there was an elemental chart, before there was creation, before there were universes, before there were planets, when there was nothing, there was water. The Arsh of Allah was on water, right? What was the elemental property of that water? I don't know. It's not in the Quran. We don't know. From that became gases, right? And the heavenly bodies were gases until Allah ordered them to come together. Okay? Then they became planets. All right? From those planets, different elements developed in that planet. Okay? From that original creation, one of the elements of that water is what you consider water today that you're drinking. Right? If you're asking me that this water today that our cells are made of, is it the exact same element as the original, I just told you, I don't know. But that water was the building block, and today this water that came from it is the building block of your cells. And that's something the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would not have known. But when he mentioned it, today's scientists, listen, I'm trying to help you here, but I see your face, you're not trying to take this, but it's all right.
I'm listening.
I'm glad. I was speaking to a PhD scientist myself, right, about this verse, right, when I was at a conference.
Okay.
And as a non-Muslim, as an atheist, he was telling me, he goes, today as a scientist, I could make the claim that the building block of all living things is water.
What scientist was his name?
His name was David Eckert. Dr. David Eckert. E-C-K-E-R.
I'll wait till the next level.
The building blocks of what?
All living things. That's what we can test, right? He's not going to talk about jinn and malaika. See, now when I named him, you thought I couldn't name him. You couldn't name yours, all right? I got you, bro. Dr. David Eckert.
Okay.
Cars, door handle.
Oh, this one of your little friends?
What?
Read it.
Sheikh Uthman, we know your car. We know your house. Stop dawah or die. Saints of Sam.
Where was this?
Car's door handle.
Can we see that?
Spelled dawah wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I went to the car to go get some drinks, but
Whoever put this on my car, first thing, my name is spelled with a TH. Second thing, the Sheikh is not, even David Wood knows you didn't spell Sheikh right, and you spelled Dawah wrong. This is Dua. Keep this, but you know what? We'll deal with this later. Go ahead.
You can check that for fingerprints, by the way.
Yeah,
Although mine are on it now. So.
David Wood put it on. No, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
So
we don't care about their fingerprints. We don't care about their threats. You guys can threat all you want. The dawah is not stopping.
never.
All right. So just to recap, the Quran says that all living things come from water. Does say that man comes from clay, man comes from dust. Jinn are from fire. Angels are from light, but since water was the first created thing, everything ultimately comes from that. According to the modern scientific picture, water is composed of H2O, which comes pretty far down the chain of history, but we don't know that that is correct because it's not something we can test in a lab.
It's a theory.
Historical science would be in the realm of theory. Maybe the original water had some different chemical composition. We don't know, but it ultimately became
the water today.
Living cells today.
So today's water comes from that water and everything else.
And you think that science would confirm that picture?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Let me answer. All right. If you're saying, will science confirm that the origins of the universe were from water and what element that was, science cannot, because science uses the scientific method. And the scientific method is you put a hypothesis and you take it in a controlled environment and you test it, right? Can we test the beginning of the universe in a controlled environment? No. So science can have theories. What a scientist, and I named him for you, and he's actually a subscriber to our channel now, which is what he said is that today as a scientist, as an atheist scientist, I can look at the components of all living things, the cells, and make a claim from a scientific perspective, not a religious perspective, that the building block of all living things is water. And he said that I am shocked as an atheist that how can a man in a desert make such a claim? Which is one of the miracles of the Prophet ﷺ, which is the miracle of the Quran, and I appreciate David bringing dawah out to everybody else.
If he said the building block, that would be incoherent nonsense. You need a lot of things. That
sure.
isn't going to give you DNA. That's not going to give you. It's not going to give you mitochondria. All the other parts that you need for cells. Let
me again explain that to you, because now when you talk about a component, which is a building block, it will be, so for example, this building, right? What is the building block of this building? Cement, right? Does that mean those windows are made out of cement? Does that mean cement by itself will give you electricity? Does that mean cement by itself? No, you mean the major component of this building is cement. Okay. That's what he said, and that is correct, and you would agree to it.
So man is made of water means that the main building block is water.
Are we talking about man now? Are you jumping?
Man is a living thing.
Okay,
if the main building block of all living things is water, then the main building block of man is water. But the Quran also says that man was made from clay and man is made from dust. Therefore, to be consistent, we would have to say that the main component of man is dust, and we'd also have to say the main component of man is clay, and therefore we just have an incoherent picture. It looks like what you're doing is sort of like Allah says all these things, let me pick the one and then ignore the others, which would be completely conflicted. Do you actually believe that scientists one day are going to find out that clay is the main component of man?
This is the 4th time I'm repeating this. Right? This is why everybody in the video will catch it. Okay. When we say man came from clay, or jinns came from fire, or malaika came from nur, or sand, cement comes from sand, and so on, you're talking about the later development of elements, all right? Mm-hmm. As I said, the original element that developed everything in the universe was water, right? Then that water...
Different chemical compound though, right?
Not necessarily. I did not say that, right?
But if it was the same, H2O is at the beginning.
Listen, this is again like the 4th time. But I've said it 4 times this is the fifth now, right? I am not making a claim of the elements table compound of what that original water was. I'm not saying it wasn't for H2O, and I'm not saying it was, because that's not in the Quran, and that is not something I can test. Okay? But water was the original building block of all of creation. That water then, the elements developed from it. One of the elements that we know that developed from it was the earth, right? Original building block was there. Then from that earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took different parts of the earth, make the building block of a human being. There is no contradiction here, right? Because that original element is there. And that element developed into what is water today. Whether it can, this water that me and you are drinking is the same on the element's charge or not from that original, neither me and you can have an answer because it's not in the Quran. The Quran doesn't talk about the elemental charts, nor can we go back and test it. But what we can say, did I clarify that for you this time? All right. Now, when you talk about insan coming from water, you want to talk about that now, or clay or dirt?
No.
Okay. Because you understand.
If you want to say
that.
If you want to say clay and dust ultimately came from water.
Yes.
One, using your interpretation, if man being created from clay means that clay is somehow the main component, then we should find clay in the human body.
Let me explain it.
We do not find clay.
Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you.
No, if you're saying...
You don't want the explanation?
You can. If you're saying that the water that this is talking about is some primordial water that became anything, then you could study the body and find that it's made of anything. If you found out that the body was made of lead, then you could say, well, the lead ultimately came from water. Alhamdulillah, that's the clear proof, right? So
I will explain it to you.
By saying that there's this original water, which we don't know what the composition is, you're saying we're pushing this completely outside the realm of testability, and so there's nothing that confirms it. If you say, we found water in, well, according to you, if we'd found gold inside there, the gold came from the water, and therefore it's miraculous confirmation. So what you're saying is, whatever man is made of, it confirms that it's made from water, which no scientist would agree that water was the fundamental building block of the original.
That is not what I said.
It sounds like what you said.
So let me explain it again. Sixth time now, right? Now, when you say that the building block, right? When we're talking about that, can you take a cell and say that iron is the building block, is the majority component of a cell?
No, but if
you could not.
Take it easy. If you mean majority component, then the majority of component is clay, and it's not. The majority component is dust, is not. So the point is, you can't take it. You
don't want to answer. You don't want to answer, right? I said take it easy. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me take you.
Majority
calm
component
down.
of human beings is clay, confirmed by science.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not. Look, I'm just glad that we have this recorded because you're putting stuff in my mouth. All right, now listen. Would you agree that the majority component of not just man, but all living things are cells?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And that cell.
Not angels or jinn.
Hold on. Take it easy. Have you tested angel or jinn?
No, but you.
Okay. So don't make a claim. I do not believe that. I did not say that. I have not tested. See, he doesn't want to answer. You guys watch how he doesn't want to answer now. You see it. You see it. Play to the camera. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just repeating.
No. You're playing to the camera. You're not repeating.
Any of this scientifically testable? That's what I'm asking.
Go ahead.
He says, "Aha! There's water in cells. Is there clay in cells? Is there dust? What are you saying?"
I'm telling you. You see this? He doesn't want to talk to me. He wants to talk to you. He wants to talk to you. So go ahead. Talk to the camera. Go ahead. No, talk to the camera. Talk to the camera. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Man is created from water. It means that the fundamental component of man's cells is water. But it also says man is created from dust. Man is created from clay. Is the main component clay and dust? No. So should you be translating created from as the fundamental component of you is this? No. Why does he choose that there? He chooses that there because scientists eventually found that there's a lot of water in cells, right? So, that's what he meant there. Well, is that what he meant when he said we're made from clay? No. Is that what he meant when he said we're made from dust? No. What about angels and jinn made from light and fire? Well, the light and fire ultimately comes from water. But guess what? If you're talking about some primordial other element or whatever that's not actually H2O, then it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed by us finding water in your cells today. And by the way, side point, if you go to Muhammad's companions, if you go to the tafsir of Ibn Abbas, they interpreted every living thing made from water as the substance of the male and female. So even Muhammad's companions disagree with you.
I'm waiting for you to speak.
We're good.
Are you done? Are you done playing to the camera?
But I think you're going to repeat yourself and talk about the original stuff, which we already know.
Are you done playing to the camera?
Yeah.
You want to do some more?
No, I'm going to do some more.
You can make some clips for yourself. Would you like some water? The component that you're made out of?
So what's the difference between this water and the water you're drinking, David? What's the difference in this water? What is the difference between this water and the water?
There might be some different electrolytes in there, but they would all be H2O.
You should drink with your right hand, man. All right. Let me.
What if I use my right hand for?
Ooh, then you're nasty, bro. All right, let me keep going. All right. You wash?
Yeah.
You make istinja?
Wash.
I'm glad you do, man. You learned something good from Islam. All right. Let me take it back now.
Okay.
Now that you're done with your clips that you want to make, let's talk. All right. So, did I say anything about the building block of clay? Did I even discuss that?
Did.
No, but did I? Hold on.
The way you're interpreting everything made of water
David,
would mean you have to be consistent.
Hold on.
Okay.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I told you earlier, do you want me to talk about how insan was made? And you wanted to continue here about all living creation. And then you went and turned to your camera and said, Sheikh Uthman is saying this and saying this and saying this. And those are things I did not say. Your viewers can watch. Let me tell you, I did not say that clay being the major building block of insan, because when we say insan was made from clay, we're not. What is meant by insan here? Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish, David?
Yeah, but
I let you talk to your camera for like I don't know how long, and I stayed quiet. You won't even let me speak because you know I'm going to correct you again, and you know. Okay, then let me speak then. Thank you. I thought we were keeping it civil, Dave. Dr. Wood. Now, when we talk about insan here, what you don't understand, when you say Tafsir Ibn Abbas, you don't even know what Ibn Abbas wrote, because you, instead of asking, are claiming you know, right? There is no book from Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma. The tafsir of Ibn Abbas is collected. There is one book printed later where people put his tafsir together, which is mostly weak ahadith. If you came to my library, I would have taught you this, but you didn't. Now, let's go back to this. When we talk about insan here, the reference is to Adam. But you didn't know that. You went on this whole rampage not knowing that, which I could have helped you go off on. We are not saying as Muslims that David Wood was clay and then he became this person. No, insan here is a reference to Adam. See, if you had just listened, right? So now all that stuff that he was saying that, oh, humans' main component should be clay, then we don't claim that, because insan, if he had read the actual tafsir, the reference there is to Adam. Adam was created in a unique way that we are not created that way. We are created through the coming together of another ma. Ma here also has, when you're talking about insan's creation, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, now the tafsir comes in, but if you had just listened, you wouldn't have made a fool out of yourself here, right? When we're talking about the entire creation,
mostly insults, by the way.
It is not. It is not. Right. This is nasiha. This is sincere advice. You just don't take it that way, right?
Now, look.
I'm not. You don't understand Ibn Abbas. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Ibn Abbas is talking about the ma here, not in reference as the building block of the universe. See, this is why you don't understand the Arabic language. You don't listen. You don't listen. You don't listen. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. What book is this in?
It's in the tafsir of it.
Google it. Look it up.
Okay.
You are saying that Ibn Abbas says that all living things are made from human sperm.
He says the water from the male and female.
So the water from the male and female, the building block of trees. All living things. Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave. Find it to me. Find it to me. Find it. Find it. Find it. Find it.
What percentage of water is in a cell?
It's okay. Let him. It's okay. See, this is why you were talking to the camera instead of me. Because you know I would then tell you.
How old was Adam when he died?
And I'm just letting you know that don't then say, Osman is running. My time is finished at 5. That's how I do every Sunday. David can be here all the way that I'm here. Don't try to make false claims that Osman ran. Then I'm giving you a heads up. Let him find it first.
Asking a question, and maybe you can ask.
See, this is the problem with Google scholars, right?
Yeah,
they don't look at the context, they don't look at the actual book, they don't look at which ayah is being referenced, they don't look at the authenticity of the narration, they don't look at the fact that Ibn Abbas was talking about the water that insan is made from. The reference of the word ma in Arabic can reference sperm as well. And this is looking at the different time. If you don't know the Arabic language, you don't know the context, you don't know the tafsir, then you make a fool out of yourself. I'm not saying you're a fool, but you do realize that you did make a fool out of yourself by instead of asking, making comments that you didn't know about. I am really glad you came back though.
You can look at Adam lived 960 years.
Oh, here we go.
Nuh lived 950 years.
Here we go. Have not those who disbelieve in Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Quran, known that the heavens and the earth were of one piece? We did not send down a drop of rain or grow vegetation on the earth, which were aligned with each other. Then we parted them and then separated them and singled them out from each other. And the commentary on, and we made every living thing of water, is we made of water from the male and female everything that requires water. The male and the female.
Excellent. Now,
so it's the male and the female.
This is what I was telling you, bro. This is what I was telling you, that if you had asked, then I would have explained. Now, I said this earlier in the video, so don't act like I'm saying this now, okay? This is why I'm glad this is recording. Where is this from?
Ibn Abbas.
Did Ibn Abbas write a tafsir?
No, you can say that's wrong.
Can I ask you, did Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma write a tafsir?
No, so this is, what would you say, attributed to Ibn Abbas?
Hold on, take it easy, Dave. We're going to walk you through so that next time you'll be more educated. Like, this is really me trying to help you. I could make fun of this, but I'm not. I'm trying to help you here, okay? When you talk about the Tafsir Ibn Abbas, okay? I have a video, you can go on the Majd Ribat channel, that I talk about different books of Tafsir. This is a book that was compiled later. What website is this from? Read the website's name.
Al-Bayat.org. Al-Bayat.org.
Al-Ahlulbayt.org. Who's Al-Ahlulbayt.org? Dave, the website you're depending on.
He's making fun.
No, I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun. I am not. Okay, again, you don't lie, bro. We're trying to be honest. Whose website are you depending on for this quote? This is a Shia website. Wait. Oops. David did it again. Now,
this is not Ibn Abbas.
Again, Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma never wrote a book. We have Tabari, we have Ibn Kathir, we have those books that bring quotes. Wait, hold on. Let me.
It's my phone.
Go ahead, bro. You can have it. Let me just explain this to you so that you don't Google another Shia website again.
So if I go to other commentaries, we're not going to find this.
Hold on.
Right?
Let me explain this. There is a book, Al-Miqtabas fi Tafsir Ibn Abbas, which I have commented on all the weak narrations that were misreferenced. The correct reference to Ibn Abbas regarding Al-Ma here, and if you'd like I said, I mean, not today because I have some stuff. Next time you come, you never give me advance notice. If you do, I'll invite you to my library with or without cameras, and I'll show you that this reference is to the ma, the water that creates humans, not the one that created the universe. So when we talk about al-ma in Arabic, not elements here, one of the references to that is to sperm. That's why the Prophet ﷺ in the authentic hadith said, when the water comes out, then ghusl is obligated. You understand? So here the word, and this is not something we made up later, this is from a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Here water is referencing to sperm. Otherwise, when water comes out, we don't have to go make ghusl. That has to do with jama' or intercourse, right? So Ibn Abbas is talking about, when you talk about the building block for human beings to procreate, then the water in reference there is to sperm. When we talk about water that's a building block for all of the universe, for all of the things, then you know Ibn Abbas doesn't mean that a male and female sperm was there before the universe. You know that. That's why when you just Google random Shia sites, you get misguided. If you but this is the problem. Instead, can I just finish and then you can talk? Okay. If David Wood was really wanting to learn, which I hope you are, right? And we get a lot of people commenting and things saying that you're very sincere coming out here. I hope you are. Then instead of coming and trying to talk to your camera and debate, you would have asked me, said, hey, offline, hey, just want to know, is this quote from Ibn Abbas authentic or not? And I could have brought you the books like I do with everybody else and said, hey, here is the chain, here is why it's weak, here is who strengthened it, here is what happened, here is what books it is, and then you wouldn't have made this fool out of yourself. I'm not saying you're a fool, I'm just saying that you would have learned, right?
I'm a fool because I went to the top seer.
Again, you made a fool out of yourself because you Googled the Shia website and found the incorrect reference.
It is. That's Al-Tafsir.
That's Ahlul Bayt. I just had you read it.
Yeah. This website is Al-Tafsir.com.
Yeah, but where does it pull from?
Al-Tafsir.com.
I just had you read the website, ahlulbayt.org. Okay. The tafsir,
you're saying that in the Sunni, if I get a Sunni copy of Ibn Abbas, that won't be in there.
There is no Sunni Shia copy of Ibn Abbas. There is no book written by Ibn Abbas. There is a book called Al-Iqtibas with Tafsir Ibn Abbas. I believe that's the reference.
If I get a tafsir
let me finish,
published by a Sunni press, it's not gonna have that in there.
Let me explain it a third time. If you just don't think about your response, just listen, okay? If you look at the aqwal of Ibn Abbas, right, and you go to the books of tafsir that check the chain authentically, okay, this tafsir comes under the ayah regarding how insan is made out of man. Not under.
I got all that.
You got all that?
Yeah.
So let's do this. If you want, and I'm saying this, you can turn the cameras off. Email me personally, and I will, anytime you're confused about this, I will check a chain, I will send it to you, and then you can know what's authentic and where it should be, not Shia Sunni, the authenticity of the chains, and then you wouldn't make claims that don't exist next time. How about that?
Well, the claims do exist.
Okay, are you...
Best case scenario, you could say someone else came up with it later, or something like that.
But that's not a claim that I made. That's not a claim Ibn Abbas made, radiallahu anhuma. Because I just told you.
A claim, and it's as reasonable as any interpretation.
Listen. Hold on. No, you made a comment. Now I gotta explain this. Tomorrow, some Qadiani, Ismaili, Shia, NOI, any other sect can write a book and publish it online, and David Wood will expect that is authentic. But this is where your mistake is. We as Muslims, we have a science to check a hadith. Last time you came and claimed the hadith was in Tirmidhi, and it wasn't, right? Yeah. You guys went home and found that hadith even. Hold on. It's not. That is the point. That instead of asking, why is this weak?
I'm here asking.
No, you're not. You didn't come and ask me, hey, did Ibn Abbas say this?
Source. If you say it's weak, you say it's weak.
So I'm telling you, not only is it weak, but it is misreferenced, okay? And I'm giving you an offer for the future, that when you're confused about a source, you can reach out to me without trying to make a show out of it, and I will help you by letting you know the authenticity and weakness, so that you will know that before you come out and make your show.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
Yeah. No. But here's the
No,
problem.
you wouldn't like
here's
that.
The problem. When the Quran says man's created from water, and I say, what does that mean? And
Exactly.
And you say, what does that mean?
Yes.
And the answer is, what it means is that the water
From sperm.
Man, the
Yes.
sperm.
Yes.
The sperm.
You got it.
Forms man. Right.
Good. Yes.
It says man comes from water.
Yes.
Then I read every living thing comes from water.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's what it means for something to come from
Let
something,
me explain it to you.
it's like Allah says.
Great.
Again,
Perfect.
Allah says all these things come from these things.
So you don't want to listen to
And
the
then,
explanation
but
now.
you jump in with the interpretation, right? You see what I'm saying?
We don't.
You do.
This is the problem. Let me explain it to you. In the tafsir, we have certain rules. Okay? You're going to learn today, Dave, right? There are 6 abwab of tafsir. 6 methods of tafsir. We can't make up our own interpretations, right? Do you know those 6?
No, I don't. You know.
You're going to learn them today, okay?
Are we really going to spend time on this?
Yes, because this is why you're confused. One is tafsir of Quran bil Quran, when the Quran explains itself, okay? So we take an ayah and another ayah that references that ayah. For example, when you say غَيْرَ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ, there's a hadith on that. When you say أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ, there's an ayah on who those are, right? So this is a little advanced for you, but just for help benefit anybody, right? From them is tafsir of hadith, from the Prophet. From them, so here, when you say man comes from water, the Prophet Muhammad explained what is meant by water. So when we find the authentic hadith from the Prophet ﷺ, then we explain that ayah in that way. When you say all of creation came from water, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ explained that ayah by telling us that there was Allah and there was nothing with Allah. And then Allah made the arsh, and then there was water, and then the first thing that was created after that being the tablet and pen and so on. So when the Prophet ﷺ explains the ayah, then we take that context, check the authenticity, and then we explain it accordingly. You see, cleared up. Cleared up.
Cleared up.
Go ahead, speak to the camera. Speak to the camera again. Yeah. You don't want to talk to me, speak to the camera. Go ahead. Go ahead, speak to your, make clips. You're making it, it's not a conversation. He came here to make a video.
So,
He didn't ask about dawah. This is not the claim.
Here was that this is a miraculous statement in the Quran that every living thing was made from water. But when we ask what that really means, at first it's that there's so much water in the human body.
Yes,
but when we actually
that's still true.
it, we find that water was the first thing that was made.
Yes.
We have no idea whether it was H2O or not.
We cannot say.
This picture completely conflicts with the modern scientific picture, which he said
It does not.
cannot be true.
That is not. That's a theory and not a fact.
It conflicts with the modern scientific.
And there are many theories that conflict each other. There are not. There's no other. No. But are there multiple theories about the beginning of the universe?
Yeah, none of them.
Thank you.
Water.
Thank you. None of those. You're taking a scientific theory and acting as if it's not. Yes, because what is confirmed? No. What is confirmed? What is confirmed? What is confirmed is there that the human and all living things, their cell are majority water. And that means this is the building block of all living things. You agreed to that. And that is it. To say that original water, what stages it went through and so on, we do not claim, and no scientist has claimed as a fact. You know that, and you know there are different theories, but now because you're caught, you just want to speak to your camera instead of talking to me. You see, he didn't come to learn about dawah. This is not dawah. No. I want to be clear. I want to be clear. If he came to ask about this to me, he would be talking to me. What he came to do is to make a video so he can raise his money so you can support him. So I'm going to let him do that. Go ahead. It's all about money with you. I don't take a penny. Do the same thing. Challenge right now. All of you, stop taking money from your own pocket for people. Come and do this for the sake of Allah or your God Jesus, then we'll do it. You won't.
The amazing confirmation is that cells contain mostly water as the fundamental building block. And when Allah says every living thing came from water, that's what he meant. Even though, according to Sheikh Uthman, that's not what he meant. What he means is everything in creation ultimately comes from water.
Yes.
Rocks, clay,
everything.
Bricks, gold.
Rocks don't have cells?
Even if they don't have H2O, they ultimately come from that primordial, whatever it was, even whether it's H2O or not. Well, if that's all you're saying, then cells containing water is not confirmation of that, because it might not even be the same substance according to Sheikh Uthman. Moreover,
I did not say that. I did not say that.
About man coming from clay, man coming from dust. Following the same level of interpretation, we should say that the fundamental building blocks of man are clay and dust. No, that's not what we mean there. That's not what it means there. Notice, we take all these claims of Allah, and then we decide what Allah means after the fact.
Based on the hadith.
Where do we find predictions based on this? I predict that one day scientists will find that man is made of clay as the fundamental building block. They don't say, there's none of that.
Imagine that. Imagine the Prophet talking to the Sahaba saying, I predict that scientists, and they will tell you, what's a scientist? We'll predict that building blocks made out, there's no word for cells. Like you see this is going back in history. It is not. It is not. It is not.
They look through the Quran and find where they
when we have an ayah of Quran that scientists, and I've given the name, agree a man in a desert could not have made such a claim, that's when you put it forward.
No one could have claimed
that all the building block of water.
That's what the great philosopher Thales said.
Okay, now the great philosopher Thales was a literate Greek philosopher.
He's inspired by God.
Was Thales an illiterate man in a desert? You're making this up now. You know that he studied, he looked at the elements, and the Prophet was an illiterate man in a desert that couldn't read or write. Now forget about Greek. You know that. You know that. You know that. You know that.
Anything about what other people knew?
He could not read Greek. He could. No. Wait. You asked the question. You asked the question. You asked the question.
It's an oral culture.
In the oral culture, was any work of the Greeks translated to be read in Arabic orally? Can you prove it?
Because people can translate. Okay.
Can you prove it?
So when
Look,
I'll prove you wrong
listen.
right here.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
When Muhammad says that he's about to make a rule about sex with nursing mothers or something like that, and he says I was about to rule against it, but I know that what do you say, the Romans and the Persians or something like that, they do it and they don't have any problems from it, so I'm not going to make a ruling against it.
Show me the hadith. Hold on. Show me the hadith so we can look at the wording, because you're just making it up on top of your head. Let me see the hadith, and let me ask this now. I'm not saying that hadith doesn't exist. I'm saying if somebody says that people have intercourse with women that are nursing and there's no harm that comes to the child, that is not the same as getting Thelos. What was the name of the guy? Thales. Getting Thales' Greek theory of the origin of mankind and translating. You know those are apples and oranges. For example, hold on.
We're all talking about issues.
Hold on.
I don't know what in the world any of these people are doing with suckling wives or anything. I have no idea. If I'm familiar with that, that means I'm getting a lot of information from other cultures.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? For example, if you say there are people in Pakistan that make guns in their homes, right? Like in the Fatah areas, right? That there are people that you hear about that they make guns at home, right? Does that mean that you know what Iqbal's poetry is?
No, it means that they're communicating and you can't rule it out.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Answer my question. Listen.
If you're saying I couldn't possibly have heard this or known this, and it's an oral culture, and they're talking about all kinds of things from completely different cultures, they can't rule that out. With that said, I don't care what Thales said. You said it's impossible for someone to claim that. Thales claimed that. That was the only response. I was not claiming that Muhammad got it from him.
Okay, you're not claiming that.
No, I'm not claiming. How would I know? How would I know?
Good.
I'm saying
good. So we agree.
I'm saying if that's miraculous confirmation of Muhammad, how is it not miraculous confirmation of Thales?
Let me tell you, because Thales was a literate philosopher in the hub. Hold on. Let me finish now. Thales was a literate scholar in the hub of a place of learning. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was an illiterate man in a desert who couldn't read or write Arabic, let alone Roman or Latin or Greek or any of that. The fact that he may have known about trade routes and what's going on does not mean that he knew about the philosophy of those cultures or be able to read their theories. This is why it's miraculous. This is why if the Quran was revealed to Thales, it would not be miraculous, because you could have said that he made it up. And that's why Allah chose an illiterate man in a desert, in a hub that was not a hub of philosophy. It was not a hub of learning. It was a hub of Bedouins that didn't even have a king. And Allah chose that prophet to reveal the Quran to show that he could not have come up with it. This is from Allah. And this is only, hold on, let me finish. See, you don't want to let me finish now. You don't want to let me finish. Right? When you say man, I've already corrected you, but you don't want to hear. This is why I'm saying it again. When you're talking about the idea of all of creation is created from water. Right? Hold on. I'm not saying it was or wasn't H2O, because I cannot make a claim on my own. Let me finish, man. This guy.
Scientists are talking about H2O. If you're saying something else, there's no confirmation.
Let me tell you.
There's no confirmation.
Let me tell you.
If you're just going to repeat something an hour ago, then
can I finish? See, you know why you're interrupting me now? Because you know I got it.
No, this is.
No, wait, let me finish.
It's water, but it's not water.
Let me finish.
Good.
I did not say it's water, but it's not water. You asked me, is that original water H2O? All I said is I cannot make a table of elements claim for something that I don't have in the Quran. The Quran does not say H2O, yes or no. Right? I am giving my knowledge from the inspirational knowledge. I'm not making my own up. Right? I did not say it's a different water. I did not say it's not H2O. I just said I cannot make that claim. But it is water. And no doubt that our cells are made of water. And no doubt that it's a miracle that a man and a does. And that's only one thing. Like there's linguistic, historic, there's tons of miracles. But let me finish. See, you're not letting me finish. And see who he's speaking to? He's speaking to you because he just wants to make videos. He doesn't want to speak to me. Go ahead. Speak to your camera. Go ahead.
I want them to hear this.
Go ahead. Yeah, you know why you want them to hear? Because you know that you're getting answered and you still want to get... your little funding. Go ahead.
Man is made of clay. Clay is not dust, and yet man is made of dust. Dust is not
It is.
water, and yet man is made of water.
Again,
what are these things?
I
saying?
explained
Well, everything
man
is
being made of water.
Even though we don't know it's H2O. And this is before everything. So whatever you believe, Big Bang,
So now-
whatever, water is the first thing created. Somehow this
Yes.
becomes the entire universe.
It's building block of the
And
universe.
what the
Yes.
Quran really means when it says that man is, that all living things are made of water is this primordial stuff, but that has nothing to do with what's in your cells, because again, your cells could be filled with gold. He would still say that ultimately.
I would not, because gold cannot be called water. We are not saying. Now again, let me repeat that again. Let me see now you're just talking to them, right? Let me explain it again, right? Because you're just talking to making your videos and you're not trying to learn, right? When man is made of water, the Prophet ﷺ explained that. When universe is made by water, what is meant? The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ explained that. When we talk about the universe being made of water, the Prophet Muhammad, not me, alayhi salatu wasalam, explained that to say that before there was nothing, only Allah. Then Allah had the arsh and water, and from that element of water, then after that, then the creation began, and the Prophet ﷺ then said, then it became gas, and the Quran then tells you that the universe were gases. That is explained to the Quran and Hadith, not me making my own interpretation. When we talk about insan, human, the Prophet ﷺ explained that what is meant by water here is sperm. Right? And so now he's saying that I'm using it differently. What I'm trying to educate this man is that tafsir was already made. We're not using it selectively. Right now for him, he's caught here because I've given him evidences, so that's why he wants to talk to the camera. Go ahead.
So
13 minutes I gotta go, so just letting you know.
And this is my fundamental issue with dawah. Man is created from all kinds of things, but this one is talking about water and cells.
Is this saying man or all living creation?
All living creation.
Okay. Is all living creation made of cells or not?
What does it mean to be created?
He doesn't want to engage. He doesn't want to engage.
There's not one word about what this means.
What's the word for cell in Arabic? What's the word? Okay, listen. If the Prophet ﷺ was going to tell the Sahaba that what's meant here is cells, what word would he use? See, this is your where you get stuck, right? Because that word didn't exist. They don't know what cells were. So the Quran gives them a hukam, and later, when the generations realize this, we get the understanding this is what was meant. And that's why the Quran speaks to us even today in a world of science. Yeah. And this is where you're stuck, because you see people becoming Muslim from these things, and now you want to desperately dispute it, not learn. And that's why you want to make your videos.
Leaving Islam or leaving Islam because of this.
Tell me this: are more people becoming Muslim or leaving Islam?
I don't know.
Go check the Pew Institute research. Go check it.
The Pew research says that the main source of Muslims is birth rates, high birth rates.
Now let me explain. There is a chart there about only reversion and conversion. Right? People that are converting out of Islam and converting into Islam. Islam is growing under the subsection of the Pew Institute that has only to do with people converting to Islam. Yeah. Now, you were caught here again, but let me ask you one more. You were, because you said, no, wait. You said it was only because of birth rates.
I said the main source.
Okay, now, if you take birth sources out, you just talk about people converting. Are more people becoming Muslim or leaving Islam?
Oh, probably becoming.
Becoming. There are more people becoming. So when I said people are becoming Muslim, no. There are. Now let me ask you this then. Are more people converting to Christianity according to the same Pew research, or leaving Christianity?
I don't know.
You don't know? You skipped over that part in the research? When you were reading the report, you skipped over Christianity?
I didn't read the report.
So how do you know what it says if you didn't read it?
It's a popular.
Wait, you didn't even read the report?
I quoted that from.
Without even reading the report?
I've quoted that to show that the main...
Wow!
Oh my goodness.
So you're quoting a report you didn't even read?
I quoted a report to show that the main source of growth is birth rates.
So now,
that's what I quoted.
Hold on. Now, do you see this? What he did, he didn't... No dodging. This is clarification. This is clarification. What he did, he didn't read the report. He just tried to get the part that would try to seem like people aren't becoming Muslim and use that as propaganda.
Of course,
right?
people are becoming Muslim.
So now, that if you had read the report, are more when you go home today. People are becoming
check communists. What in the world that got to do with
not many people are becoming communists nowadays. More people leaving communism. But anyway, I'll tell you what.
People are becoming atheists.
Yeah, they are. They are. It's not. I didn't say that.
Give the problem.
Go ahead.
All right. So we look at why people would convert based on this. They get their tract, and it says, hey, the Quran says all living things were created from water.
Yes.
What does that mean? The Quran doesn't say what it means. The Quran doesn't
It
say
does.
what it means. The
And I
Quran
explained that
doesn't-
already.
The Quran doesn't say what it means. So we have to go to Sheikh, and
Yes.
he says that what it really means is that there's this primordial whatever, and it ultimately becomes the universe. And what we find is a bunch of things that completely contradict a modern scientific view. Doesn't mean they're wrong. Yes, we could always discover later.
Did you say scientific view or theory? And is it a theory amongst other theories?
You don't think it's a view?
No,
You don't think it's a view? You don't think the
you
scientists
are
have a
presenting
view
it.
right now?
You are presenting it. All scientists have one view,
I said
and that's
it.
wrong. When you say the scientific view, you mean this is only one. If you say the scientific view, listen. He knows it. When you say the scientific view, when you use a definitive the, then that means it is the only. If you say a scientific view, you would have been correct, right? But he didn't, because it's the play on words to fool you.
Scientific view.
How is it the main?
Since
Wait, I'm sorry.
Anyone,
Where did you consider that the
Big
main?
Bang and so on is the main scientific view.
How did you consider that? No, wait, hold on.
Science here, supposedly.
I do
right?
defend science.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
I gotta. Science is only a
So
study.
notice, ladies
You
and
do know that, right?
We've got the miraculous plane. Every living thing comes from water. What does it mean? It means that at the beginning was water, and God used water to make everything else.
Yes.
Notice, if that's what it really means. And by the way, and then we leave out all the different meanings of man was created from this.
Because
man was
the
created from
Prophet
this,
explained
man was
it.
created from this, man
Because
was
the Hadith explained it. That what is meant by water there, I gave the reference, but he doesn't want to hear me. You see that? He wants to talk to you.
No idea.
Doesn't want to engage me,
what the
because he
actual
knows.
thing is here. If you actually get the background knowledge, what person is going to say, the Quran says everything came from water? And what it really means is that water was the original substance. And that's been confirmed by science. Oh,
It
wait a
is.
minute. No,
Yes, it
that's
has.
been confirmed by
Of course it has.
Science has confirmed that
Yes.
the primordial element behind everything is water.
Let me tell you again.
This is your dawah?
Look, I will say it again. My dawah is clear. It didn't start today and it won't end tomorrow. So understand this. Science has confirmed that the building block of all living things that we can test is our cells, and those living things are made, the living cells are made majority of water. That's something science has confirmed. Science cannot go back in time and look at the beginning of universe and test that. So there can be no scientifically challenged fact, no peer-reviewed journal entry on that, because that is something we cannot test. What we can test has proven this ayah to be correct, and now David Wood is upset about it, so he wants to make a video for you and not engage me. I wish he engaged me, but he doesn't want to. No, you're not. You're making. Look, David, be honest. You came to make a video.
Of course I came to make
You
a
didn't
video.
came to learn.
make videos.
No, I don't. Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
You don't put these
Let me
videos
tell
online?
you. Let me tell
You
you.
don't put these videos
Let me answer. Let me answer, Dave. I come here to give da'wah.
Okay.
I came to give da'wah before there was no camera. When people walk up, we ask them, hey, if you don't want to be recorded, we turn it off. I don't come here to make videos, to make money for people to send me Patreon payments. I come to give da'wah. We give da'wah on other days with no camera. The reason we record is because we got requests from people saying, hey, you have very beneficial things you say.
So it's okay
and let me finish. Let me finish. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. You know what that means?
Come on, just
It's the first hadith in Bukhari. You have Bukhari,
Yeah.
right? The first hadith, every deed is based on intention.
Right.
My intention here is to call people to the truth. You came here to make a video. That is your intention, that's what you will get. If you came to
can
look
do
for
both.
guidance, if you came, look, you already admitted you came here to make a video.
You
Don't try to
told me
backtrack.
if I have
Look,
objections to
look,
come to a
let me just
scholar.
ask
I
you
have
something. Let me
objections.
ask you something, Dave. Dave, just a quick question. Did you come here to learn the truth, or did you come here to make a video?
I came here to examine this argument.
Tell the truth.
I came here to examine this
But
argument.
to make
I
a
think
video?
I think
To
this
make
is
a video or
bad
to
argument.
learn?
You can do both. Why can't I do it
So
on video?
if I convinced you, be honest though. Don't play, right? Because whatever God you believe in, if you believe in a God,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We'll judge your honesty, right? Did you come with the intention that if Sheikh Uthman clarifies this, I'm going to accept it, or did you come with the argument that I'm going to try to
clarified this, I would
listen?
accept I would accept it.
Let me say it again, right? When you were coming here, was your intent?
Dawah dodge.
It's not a dawah, that's a clear. I've answered all your stuff repeatedly, right? Was it that if Sheikh Uthman clarifies this, I will accept and become a Muslim? Or was it that how can I prove this dawah to be wrong and make a video? What was your main intent to come here?
If you show me that Islam
I
is
asked
true,
you a question.
my main intent was to go through this
And to prove it
to
wrong.
go through this track.
Yeah, you didn't want to know.
No, I want to see.
See? You see, he didn't come to learn. He didn't come to ask questions. He came to make videos. Make your video.
I
do. If you listen, listen. I have said this repeatedly. No, it's not. My intent when I went to study the Bible, and this is something I think you should have known. I didn't go to debate. I didn't go to make videos. I went as a teenager to know the truth. And when I sat with the Bible, I didn't do it from a Muslim perspective. You know my story or you don't?
No.
Then go watch it, right?
Okay.
When I went to this Bible that was given to me, I didn't have any intent to debate. Okay? But when I found this not to be the truth, then I went to other religions, not just Islam directly, which again, apparently you didn't know. When I found Islam to be the truth, I argued to know the truth. I didn't argue to make videos and get money. And when I found it, I accepted it. And if you came with that intention to know the truth, today you would have been a Muslim. But you came with an intent. Don't say that, oh, if you prove me wrong, then I would have. But your intention was to make a video. You did the video. That's all you will get out of it.
Look at this. Look at this. He tells me, don't embarrass yourself.
Yes.
If you think you've got a point or you think something is wrong,
Yes.
ask a scholar.
Yes.
I come ask a scholar
Okay.
because I look at
Now,
this and I say, this does not sound right.
When I offered him
right.
to turn
And
off the
then-
cameras,
and
send me
then-
an email, come see
I can
me
do that too.
to ask a
I
scholar.
can do that
To,
too.
no, hold on. When I offered him last time even, right? That look, if you want to know,
God.
just come and ask. He didn't come and ask. He brought a camera. He made sure the shot is good, and he started to speak to the
Why
camera
would-
when he
why-
got caught.
why
Because
wouldn't we?
he didn't come to know the answer. He came to make videos.
Why
So
would
make
we
your
record?
video.
I am making a video.
Go ahead.
Where am I making a video?
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's my main objection to dawah, and this really would be the case for all of these. If this is the only information you're given, and that would be the case for someone who's handed this tract, they look and they say, wow, origin of life. Oh, we created of every living thing from water. Oh, there's lots of water, main component in cells. This is amazing. They don't
It is.
tell you about any of the other issues or what it actually means or how there's this primordial water of the fundamental building block that Allah used to make the universe. They don't tell you about man being created from dust. They don't tell you that there are all these different things that we're created from and that they're putting their interpretation in this. They don't tell you that there are Muslims who are convinced that this simply referred to the water that living things reproduce by.
Not true, by the
Tell
way.
you nothing of that. They give you limited information and tell you to base your decision on that. And I don't know what to do with that methodology. There's no, hey, here are all the facts. Now you go out and make an informed decision. It's never that. It's never go through all of this. It's here, accept what we're saying. And if you start going through and finding out, wait, there's some big problems here. There's some real problems in
Come and ask.
methodology here. Then it's, how dare you? What's
No,
your
no.
intention? You're just trying to make a video. What's your intention? A bunch of dodges. And think, does the truth really need this kind of methodology? This kind of methodology. Limited information so that people don't have an opportunity to make an informed decision. Because, ladies and gentlemen, be honest. If you read, we made every living thing from water, and you found out that what it's really saying is that the original substance that Allah created was water, and that everything
Yes.
else became that, would you say that that has been confirmed by modern science? No, you wouldn't. No one ever would. So they don't tell you that. They tell you this, and this is extremely selective and biased, and that is the heart of dawah. And pow!
See, now he doesn't want my answer. Pow.
There's no answer.
He doesn't,
That's a
he doesn't
summary.
want my answer.
That's a
Pow.
summary.
That's a
It's a
summary
detailed
because he
video.
knows.
It's a detailed
Look,
video.
you know that when anybody gives a flyer out, they're not going to explain all of the masail of the creation of mankind, no problems. That's why I said we have lessons, we have bigger books. Whoever wants to know can know. This is a basically 3 pages printed flyer. He wants me to explain all of the differences between the cosmos and development and stages in it, and he knows that when Christians give out flyers, they don't explain all Christian theology in that either. There are many people who give out flyers, they don't explain all of the development of mankind. They give wordings to open up people's mind, to spark interest, and we encourage people to then come and ask, not come just to make videos and not learn what's authentic from weak. So this is da'wah, this is what everybody does. We do it in the honest, proper way of saying, look, here are some things that you should know about. And if you want to know more, come back and learn. Come to the mosque, sit down with the honest intent to know the truth. But if somebody doesn't want to know the truth, they just want to make bam videos, then this is what they're going to do. They're going to speak to the camera. But if you want to know the truth, Dave, I'm making this offer again. I won't record, they won't record. Come talk to me, I will sit with you with books and I'll explain to you what a chain is and I'll explain to you why we take water. No Muslim says that the universe was created by male and female sperm. No Muslim. This is your addition.
No, I didn't say that.
I
said living things.
Okay,
living
so now,
it is
listen,
because that's a misrepresentation.
Let me say it. Let me say it. Let me say it.
I did not
Go
say
ahead.
that. I did not say that. What I said was, if man is created from water, is referring to the male and female fluids.
Because there's a hadith on that.
Yeah. If that's the case,
yes,
then over here, where it says every living thing comes from water.
Because there's a hadith on this.
Yeah, but that
explains the different usage of the word ma. There's hadith on it. That's what I was trying to explain to him. No, that's not fine. No Muslim says all living things came from male and female sperm. No Muslim says that. You made that up. That's David Wood's fabrication. No Muslim says. Listen to me. Listen to me. I haven't talked to every Muslim in history. But what? Listen. I will make. Can I finish? Can I finish? We're not counting the Rafida here, right? No Muslim that I've ever come across, and that's why I'm going to make this claim blanketly, right, has made a claim that all living things came from male and female sperm. Right? This is your claim. What Muslims have done is when they saw those same words used, they looked at the actual hadith of the Prophet ﷺ and explained the verse, and that's why I was telling you the bab of tafsir, but you didn't want to learn, you just wanted to make your videos. So no Muslim has made that claim that you are claiming, right? Muslims have understood the ayat, the verses, and their language in context with what the Prophet ﷺ explained to them 14.5 centuries ago. And just because you didn't take the time to research that, Googling whatever Ahlul Bayt site, doesn't mean that that is a credible source. So when you want to learn, if you don't want to make videos, come and talk to me and we will talk. If you don't want to learn, make your videos, get your dollars, be happy. Have a good day, Dave.
You told me I could come out here. Can I come out here?
Sure, but
come out here for discussion.
Anytime. But again, if the intent is to learn, then you probably want to know about the narrations, what's in the book, instead of coming and saying something on a video that turns out not to be true.
See, here's where I'm confused, right? Okay. So, years of, let's say, philosophy graduate school. People come, they present their arguments. That's all they do. They present arguments. That's all philosophers do, by the way. One person presents an argument, other people criticize it, and then they see what's left standing after criticisms have been raised. Descartes, when he put out his meditations, he sent it out and told people to criticize it, and he included that at the end. Included that at the end, so people would be able to make an informed decision. Here's my claims, and here's a bunch of people who criticize me. Right? So
you misunderstood me.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, if you're handing out dawah materials, and I take your dawah materials.
Yes.
You told me if I have a problem, objection, or whatever, come to a scholar. So I see origin of life. I look at that and I say, okay, I see a couple of potential issues.
Okay.
I come out, we record a
with
video.
Your camera.
You give your
to make a video.
Yes. Why not? Why wouldn't we want to?
Let me tell.
Because that's a good format.
Can I respond?
No. That's my. I don't know what your intention is. Okay. Your intention is
to give dawah.
Yeah. Yours to give dawah. Right?
Not to make money and make videos.
And we see how you give dawah. Give them a very limited amount of information.
No. Let me speak now.
What I want to do.
I'll let you speak.
I want to put people in a position to make an informed decision.
I'm with you.
I want them to hear my criticisms of the claim and your claims and your defense of it. So I walk away and I say, whatever people think, at least they've heard both sides of the story.
Great.
That's my goal when I come here. Hear both sides of the story.
Let me rephrase myself. Okay. I was making a friendly offer, which you misunderstood. Hold on. See, I'll let you speak. Let me speak. I was making a friendly offer to help you, okay? Which was that if you don't know, instead of worrying about the video, first learn yourself. First find out, is there a book called Tafsir Ibn Abbas by Ibn Abbas? What is authentic? What is weak? To help you so you don't have to go through this learning on camera. I was trying to help you. For da'wah, I would prefer you just come like the way you're coming. Because then the world sees what you don't know, right? But I was trying to be nice. If you don't want that offer, great. Come back anytime you want with any questions you have. No need to get us a head start, and we'll record it. No problem. I appreciate you guys coming out. You have grown the da'wah more than you can imagine. Your coming out here has given us, I don't know, 30, 40,000 more subscribers.
I hope you get a million. This is my favorite.
Everybody, subscribe. He said get a million.
Subscribe.
Right? This is your favorite.
Kind of dawah.
I like him. Even though you guys don't realize it, I love for you to come out. Right? And I hope you and Hasumu and the princess and what's the prostate?
See what the insult?
It's not a. How's that an insult? How's that an insult? Hasumu. Yeah, because he won't show his face. Let him show his face and we'll find out. And I'll say it to his face. I'm not saying it just behind his back like you guys. I'm saying it to people's face. When I call you Hammer Time, I did it to your face and behind. Why do you guys call me all these names but not to my face? Anyway, not you, but Sam is called Fibbin, all those kinds of names. You think anyway. Listen, I'm saying Prince, prostate, whatever you are, come out like Dave and have these conversations. I appreciate him more than that whatever CP, because at least Dave has enough dignity to come out and have a conversation. I was offering him a level more, saying, hey, I'll help you understand the things, and then when you understand authentic from weak, we can still make the video for you to make your point. But it would make you look better, because you wouldn't be sitting here that it's a tafsir ibn Abbas and not know that he never wrote a tafsir. Right? So I'm helping you, but if you don't want the help, no problem.
But I kind of like it when you guys say, oh no, I'm throwing that source out. Because
let me explain.
The more you do that,
let me explain that, right?
Deceivers there are in the
Let me explain this. Let me explain this, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about a deceiver, we're not saying that Ibn Abbas deceived anybody. Like, this is your misunderstanding.
I agree.
Good.
Someone in the line did, though.
Now, what happens is there are authentic chains, there are weak chains, there are chains where words are flipped, and that's the beautiful thing about the sciences of hadith. We check all that, right? And then whether we like it or not, we accept it. When I said the Quran will intercede on the Day of Judgment, I stick to that. But what is meant by that is the action. Imam Ahmad explained it in the time of the Salaf. Like, it's not something new, right? Your problem is you came out and said Hadith in Tirmidhi. If you had come earlier, I could have shown you, and then you wouldn't have made that mistake. I was helping you. You said the Hadith is Hasan without understanding that the grading. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. The Hadith being Hasan, if you had looked at the narration, is due to a supporting narration that does not mention Rajul al-Shahid. But if you had, look, I'm saying, if you had asked me, I would have shown you the actual books, and then because that made you look like a fool because you said a hadith. Oh, then fool away, bro.
Look.
I appreciate you coming out, like, bro. I'm already. Yeah. This is not like dawah running. Go ahead.
Just to be clear, though, there are people who. In every conversation, one guy has to crush the other, or it's this.
And here it's me crushing you, I guess.
The amazing water, primordial water.
Yeah.
Me, I don't care, right?
Good.
Like,
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I could use a punching bag.
In other words, it's much easier to just say, hey, what's up with this? What's up with this? What's up with this?
Cool.
And then people get both sides of the story.
Cool.
And yeah, maybe if
I appreciate
if I did a ton of research, then I would be, much sharper.
Yes.
Like but I don't care.
And I was gonna help you with that. I want you to be sharp, bro.
Water.
Steal your brain, bro. Come on. When you're gonna come to me, I want you to come with some stuff, not come here and not know who wrote a
You want
book.
me to come with some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, we got through 1 point, man. It would take me 10 trips to get through one track.
See, keep coming, bro. It's past my time.
When can we actually sit down and just go through the entire thing? Again,
look. Let me.
I thought we would,
Can I respond?
I literally thought we would spend 5 minutes on that first one.
Let me respond.
Go ahead.
The issue is you want to spend 5 minutes because you don't want to actually learn it. You just want to make a shot, make a video, and move on, right? But hold on. Let me finish, right? When you want to learn something, it takes time, right? If you want to really know both sides, it takes time. I can't give you a time limit because I don't know what kind of a foolish argument you would make and how kind of a response I will give. So how can I say how long it'll take? What I'm saying is, I have a job. I have a family. I teach durus. I teach every Saturday. I teach the life of the Prophet ﷺ. Every Wednesday I teach fiqh. That takes research. In that time, I don't take any money for any of that. Hasumu, you were wrong. I don't get paid by the mosque. I don't get paid by OMF. I don't get paid for teaching.
Why are you obsessed with getting paid?
Let me explain it. Let me explain why. Right? Let me explain it. Because that means that I have to go to a 9 to 5. So If you're like, hey, give me 8 hours of your day to sit through this, I cannot because I have a job. Now you understand why. So in that, I have given 2 to 5 every Sunday for da'wah. You, anybody else wants to come out, Postate, whatever his name is, those guys, if they want to come out, this is my time, come on down, right? You're more than welcome. If you want to know about a particular narration and you want me to look at the authenticity, I was offering you, which I think should probably be off because now you're like, I want to do it on camera. Okay, I was going to go above and beyond just because you have the decency to come out and stand here. I wouldn't offer this to others, right? My time, you can ask my students. It's very difficult to get time from me, right? But I was making that special offer. You don't want it? Great. I'll use that time for something better.
I will take you on that for special. If it's an argument, if it's, here's my...
Even if it's not. Even if you just want to know. You want to know hadith is sahih or not? I'll help you, bro.
No, I'm saying on that kind of stuff. If it's an argument, then I basically want to see what the argument is and then point out any criticisms I might have and you respond to it and answer it. That's what I'm interested in because, again...
If you need to come back 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, come on back.
All right. I'll be back.